I've gained 1.3 million views on threads in just 30 days by following a specific strategy I've built after a long time trying to make this creator business work. And honestly, I think it took me 8 months just to kind of like get this stuff rolling. And then in the last 2 months, I've done more growth than in the entire 8 months before. First, had a newsletter with 200 subscribers for 8 months. It took me 8 months to get from 0 to 200. And it only took me actually a month to go from these 200 to 700. So I gained 500 only newsletter subscribers in just 1 month. And I gained 1.3 million views in just 30 days. And actually before, I just had like 100,000 for, I don't know, like 1 or 2 months. I think in 1 or 2 months, I only had 100,000 for the entire 2 months. And then 1.3 million in just 30 days. Like, that's insane. If you want to follow me along to just kind of like rebuild this stuff and just kind of get this stuff rolling, because I think the big problem most of you have, as myself included, is how to start, how to just make it work, and just like how to make the first step, which is, in my opinion, always the most difficult. We have so much entropy, so much chaos when we start, and to create this clarity, it takes really a long time. For me, it took me like 6 months, and then it took me 8 months to just get like good content out. And I think Threads right now might be the easiest platform to start, because for example, YouTube takes me so much time. Like, it is so exhausting to just like have the idea, have the thumbnail, have the title, build everything up, and just like, and then post it, edit it, and it is so exhausting. Like, most people have a full-time job, which I mean, this is my full-time job, but like most people have a full-time job and they can't take the time to just like do something like YouTube because it's too much effort and they probably would get a burnout. So the simple thing I've discovered, not only for myself, but I think also for other people, is having a simple thread business and just post your writing. Because the thing is, when you write every single day for like 1 hour and then use AI to make this writing more comprehensive for social media, you just don't really need much more. And the thing is, the most difficult part is how to create good ideas that they gain traction, how to create a good hook. And I've done it for like even more, longer than 10 months, right? I've tried it for such a long period of time. But since 10 months, I'm doing this full time. And the best thing is by writing every single day, at least 1 hour. Like, if you want to start this, take 1 hour. If you want to like scale this, make it better, take 2 to 4 hours if you have the time or if you're already full time. But I don't think anyone have more time in a single day than 1 hour. So that's the reason everything works with 1 hour every single day. And that's also why I'm like trying to explain this with you, because you don't need more time. What you do to implement this into your daily routine: first, you write every single day based on this mastery notes, which you can, like all of the stuff you can get down in the link of the description. You can also read the written version of it, like the exact strategy. So what you do is you write every single morning a mastery note for like 15 minutes. That's how you like have your problem, capture an idea of social media or from yourself, from a book, wherever. You write this stuff down for like 15 minutes. And then you use this part, this interconnected structure, for your newsletter. So for example, imagine every paragraph you have is a mastery note, and then you just align these underneath. Like, for example, if you have a creative blog, you can just like use the written mastery note already and just implement it. But if you are in a good flow, you can just also write it by yourself and just take the information from the mastery note. And you do this every single day, ideally morning before you go to work. And if you, let's say, if you don't wake up before 4 a.m., just wake up an hour earlier. Like if you wake up at 6, wake up at 5 and just write for an hour. It's like, why the fuck should you work for someone else 8 hours, but don't even work for yourself, for your own career, for your own dream, for your own passion, purpose, an hour before you're doing some slavery work for anyone else? Like, honestly, just invest this 1 hour and just go to bed an hour earlier. Like, most of you probably doesn't have any shit to do in the evening. I don't have it, and this is my full-time job. So like, most of you probably just procrastinating in the evening, just watching some YouTube videos, watching Netflix, just go to bed and fucking hour earlier and just make it work, honestly. Then after this hour writing, you do this every single day. I have a lot of other stuff like routines or whatever, but you do this every single day, every single morning before you're going to work. And then on the weekend, when you have a bit more time, let's say you take 2 hours, you post this prompt, which I'm also linking down below, and you can see it here. You put this prompt into ChatGPT, you paste your finished newsletter on the weekend. Let's say you write for this 5 days, and then you have like 2,000 words. You paste your written newsletter into this ChatGPT prompt, and you get 21 social thread posts out of it. You post this one at 12, like at noon, depending also on your audience after, but this is information you get later on. You post at 12 p.m. or like 12 noon. Then you post at 3 p.m. and at 6 p.m. The 6 p.m. post should be a bit more engaging because more people are online during this time. For example, I always post my longer threads at 6 p.m. And then you see from these 21 social posts which ones perform well. Let's say the one makes over 100 likes and have over 2,000-3,000 views, right? And you see it's a good idea because based on the likes in the simplest term, right? So you take this short post from this 21 and then you take this as a hook for your longer thread post. And then you just actually use another prompt, paste this prompt into ChatGPT, into Claude or whatever AI you're going to use, and then you fill out a few things, and then you paste your newsletter again into it, and you get an entire, pretty well written thread post, which gained me sometimes 500,000 views just for this one long thread post. And then you put a call to action underneath, under all of the stuff, a call to action to your newsletter, to your lead magnet, to your challenge, what I'm currently doing, for example, the 7 days chaos to clarity challenge, which has a pretty good conversion rate of 40%. And then, for example, on YouTube, even this lead magnet or challenge have a 50% conversion rate, which is pretty high because when I started, I only had a 10% conversion rate, which was pretty shit. So you do this every single week and give it a few weeks, maybe a few months, and then your business start to roll up. And what you do afterwards will be next videos. So hope you subscribe and hope you see your next video to find out how you can continue afterward. But honestly, test this out first. Get into this habit of thread writing and creating. So like 90% of my stuff is for free, right? You just need to implement it. And then the 10%, if you really want to like do a fast track or something, you can purchase any of the products, but never mind, you don't really need to do it. Do this stuff first from this video. And if it works, come back and we continue with the next stuff, right? See you guys in the next video.